Well. Man United is playing today at the Bramall and we are taking on Sheffield. And this game comes in through after the sad news that we went ahead to lose Sir Bobby Charlton. He is one of the first survivors that never traveled with the Saba by the Sir Busby Babes that obviously went ahead to really crash in Munich. And he has been really one of the ambassadors of Man United, and you're always going to hate to see him into the stands of Man United. But finally, the Lord has gone ahead to obviously call him and is now dancing with the angels. It's a sad moment for Man United, and if at all there is any other way how they can obviously dedicate all this team can obviously gate this to where it deserves to be, it's by really gating this man a win today, as they did for the man himself. That is, the late wife of Sir Alex Ferguson, and that is Madame Cathy. So we wait and see how that pans out. But today we're here discussing none other than the beautiful game of football. It's all about Man United and Sheffield. Eric Ten Hag has gone ahead to name his starting 11, and he is starting 11 that's going to have to choose to take on the side of Sheffield. Onana, Lindelof, Amrabat, Harry Maguire, Bruno Fernandes, Rashford, Højlund, Dalot, Anthony Evans, and Scott McTominay. Now, it obviously shows you that Sergio Roglen has not been able to make it onto the side of Manchester United. That has gonna hate to obviously even be onto the bench, because on the bench you're having Ben Dayer, Verhan Eriksson, Hannibal Mount, Palestri, Donny van de Beek, Garnacho, Anton Martial. So I'm not seeing Sergio Roglen anywhere, and the manager is obviously going to let us know what exactly really happened for this young man, because we expected him to be part of this game as he was past fit to play into that beautiful fixture of into this beautiful fixture that's going to be played at Bramall today. Arsenal has just gone ahead to equalize, and it's now 2-2 with 5 minutes to play to take on the side of Chelsea. So that is it coming in from Man United. That is the starting 11 of Eric Ten Hag as it takes on the side of Sheffield. Now, who has Sheffield gone ahead to obviously bring? They have Foderingham, Bogo, Trusty, Robinson, Thomas, Norwood, Vinny Souza, McGate, Hammer, McBurney, and Archer. That is it. Then Amisa, Seki, Buyabu, Osborne, Fleck, Silimene, One, Traore, and Brewster are really the most people that are really on the bench of the side of Sheffield. Sheffield is obviously one of those teams below the table. It will be very ashaming that we don't obviously find ourselves in a position of obviously beating this team, because it's on the top of the table and all what they deserve is really being beaten, and obviously getting them to know that this is Man United and we are not here to obviously see to it that we are not here to see to it that we get ourselves to where we deserve to be. I'm sorry guys, I had an important call that I couldn't resist picking because I was expecting it anytime from now. But guys, this is the starting 11 of Man United. I'm going to obviously show you exactly how we are going to obviously look like, and he will obviously bring you how we are really lining up. Which system are we playing? That's the most important bit of this that we do every time onto this channel. Let's try on and really get on how United is expected to stand today as we take on the side of Sheffield. And the system is as usual. 4-2-3-1 is the system that Man United is playing. Andre Onana is playing. Andre Onana is in between the stitches of Manchester United, and that is known. But how the back line is obviously going to line up is the most important bit of it, as Lindelof is being played as the right back for the club of Man United. And I'm going to hate to obviously call upon for this a lot, that we need to obviously find one of our central defenders being played as a right back, because we are really lacking a left-footed player, because we need balance. And I'm really happy to see to it that however much Sergio Roglen is out and not traveled with the squad of Man United, we are obviously getting to where we are supposed to be. When you look at Diego Dallo here, when he's obviously doing the needful in there for you, it obviously shows you that he's coming in through to do the needful here as the left back, and that helps us a lot as a team of Man United. One will ask, how does it help us as a club of Man United? We only had this outlet only. This is the only outlet that we had as Man United when it came to obviously doing the needful. And what needful am I talking about? Surging this entire area as you see it here for you. So all what we needed was something simple. Get this. You get this man to surge into this area. That is the final third, or the second and final third of the pitch, and then Diego Dallo does the needful to obviously go that side. And when he does that, it will obviously help us as a club of Man United to create lots and lots of chances, because Marcus Rashford, selfish as he is, he has gone ahead to cost us on very many games. You know that very well. And you'll obviously want to have a player to take you to the dream world. And if you want to see your team being taken to the dream world, you have to pray for one thing, and what's that one thing you have to pray for? It's to see to it that you're having players that obviously come through and surge into the final third of the pitch by putting in crosses. We are having one of the best headers of the ball in the world. That is none other than Rasmus Højlund, and you'll obviously understand that if at all you get in players like Diego Dallo doing the needful to surge in there for you, and Lindelof getting into this position to see to it that they obviously get us to where we deserve to be, you really gate it and obviously find the best that you deserve as a team of Man United. So to me, I'm really happy to see to it that we are having Victor Lindelof here, right? And we are having Diego Dallo here. So that's the most exciting bit about this. And Dallo is obviously going to really overlap this side and get in crosses. That is it. And the same applies to the same applies to Victor Lindelof. You know, if at all they continue going to the final third and putting in those crosses, then the rest will be history for Man United. We will easily kill off this game, as Anthony and Rashford are really selfish. So Harry Maguire and John Evans, all right. My only worry is the pace of Archer and Bunny. That is my only worry. These people or these players are really, really fucking fast, and they obviously surge into the final third of the opponent, and they are really a threat when it comes to their pace. So we all know that we are going to play a high line. Ten Hag doesn't want to play deep line or a block. Then they might use that space and obviously find us really beaten. That's why Amrabat doesn't need to obviously go a lot into the final third of the pitch, because he needs to obviously stay around this back two to see to it that if at all they are being beaten by pace, he can obviously make what we call a recovering run for him to obviously rescue Harry Maguire and Evans. You remember that central defense that played the game of Crystal Palace, where we beat them by 3-1 in the Carabao Cup? You saw it very well that we really lacked what we call pace. And you remember that pass that Eze really found in between Harry Maguire and John Evans, and then Mateta burst through with ultra space into the space, and we are obviously brought to a savior or to a saving by Andre Onana. So that's one of the things we should obviously look at as we get into this game of football, because it's not gonna be easy at all. Then McTominay, I think without Casemiro in this team, you're not having Kobe Mainoo onto the bench with the physicality that Sheffield is having on the field of play, right? You obviously have to do one thing: get in Scott McTominay, get him into the double pivot to see to it that he plays with Amrabat and see how they fare up together. And we've all known how Scott McTominay really plays better when he is being played as a number 8. We all know that he looks a better player when he's being played as a number 8. And my only worry is Bruno Fernandes being played in the double pivot and Scott McTominay being played as a number 10, because Erik ten Hag is fond of doing that in very, very many games, that we're going to hate to see ourselves really find into the condition of really playing with him. So to me, it really looks important for the side of Manchester United that Scott McTominay plays with Amrabat in the double pivot. Then later, we see how that can pan out. Bruno Fernandes, the captain of the team, it's almost becoming like a song each and every time I'm talking about this man. It's all about Man United doing the right things at the right time. And the problem as to why we struggle to break down defenses has always been simple. Do you know the reason? The reason has always been simple. It's all about Bruno Fernandes not to make the right decisions in the right time. That's the problem we are facing as Man United. But if at all we happen to obviously get ourselves to where we deserve to be by Bruno Fernandes doing the needful and obviously killing off these games as soon as we want, by him redefining a right pass, by not going in for Hollywood passes, would have gone ahead to find ourselves in better positions at the half time. But he gets himself into good passing positions and he leads our team into delay. And when quick passing is obviously not being done in this game of football, you really find yourself in a situation that your team can obviously break down. A team like Sheffield that plays a low block. Sheffield is a team that plays a low block that you obviously understand and know day in, day out. That's their style. That's what they do day in, day out. Now, Anthony, all I want to see him do is targeting this man, Rasmus Højlund. I want to see him really trying to put in crosses that target Højlund, because we are having one of the best headers of the ball, and we're not going to hate to utilize his abilities. You saw to it that in the game of Galatasaray, when Marcus Rashford went ahead and obviously put up a very good cross, he headed that ball into the back of the net. He makes runs of a typical number 9. That is Rasmus Højlund for you. So this is what I want to see Anthony do. Tracking back, he does it better, but I want him to see his influence into the final third of the pitch. Marcus Rashford scoring against Italy. Confidence has been built. I want him to see to it that he makes right decisions at the right period of time. Most of the games you've seen him make wrong decisions, and he has found himself in a position of really not giving United the best it deserves under his tenure as a left attacking midfielder for the Man United club. So all we call for is simple: get into the right spaces, and when you get in the right spaces, do the right thing with the ball. If at all you are Marcus Rashford. For Rasmus Højlund, he does the rest okay. The hold-up play is always okay, but the problem is these people around him. Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, Anthony, they are the problem. Get him those balls, those through passes, line-breaking passes, and then he'll obviously utilize his skill, because we know he's really a very good finisher when it comes onto this game. Dalot, I also want him to put in some 2, 3, 5 crosses, and Lindelof, I want him to do the needful to see to it that he gets us to where we want to be. And if at all that's the case, when Lindelof is obviously trying not to obviously go into this space, he can obviously be played as an inverted right back, right? When we are attacking, Lindelof turns into this position to play as a CDM, because we know to it that he has ever played as a CDM at Benfica. he has been playing as a he played as a right back at Benfica, so he knows exactly to play as a CDM and as a right back. So all what we need is let him come in here, because he might not be able to really play alongside this line. Come here, replace Amrabat, and let Amrabat really do the needful and really utilize that line and see to it that we go to where we deserve to be. Because in the modern game, there is no way you get the inverted right back out of this beautiful game of football. So that is all about Man United and how we are obviously going to stand. But the bench is really good, and one will ask me, because I know most of you are going to ask me, why is Varane onto the bench? Guys, the most important game of Erik ten Hag Guys, I'm sorry about that, but it's a call that I need to attend to every time I really see it flash onto this channel. It's not that I'm disrespecting you, but I give you ultimate respect. I was still talking about Rafael Varane. Erik ten Hag believes that his most important game is the game of the Champions League, because he knows that if you are to really get our chances or make our chances clear to qualify, we need to win our second game away from home. That is it. We need to win it, and that's why I was going to hit to reserve this man for the job. A moment. So, this is where we reach the level of Rafael Varane not being played. And I think it's better to start him off the bench when you're playing against Sheffield, because if Harry Maguire and and Evans cannot defend against Sheffield, then which team are they going to defend against? This is the worst team in the league as far as the stats are showing up here, and all we need is simple. We just need it to obviously get it beaten, and any person in the squad of Man United is responsible to obviously coming through and beat this side of Sheffield. So I don't feel any worry. All I feel is like we should continue and go ahead and obviously beat this team up. And the most important bit is that Brighton has gone ahead to lose today to Man City. They are now stuck on 16 points. Arsenal have gone ahead to draw with Chelsea. They are having 21 points. Chelsea is now level with Man United, 12 points. And they've gone ahead to really score. They have a goal difference of 4, and we have a goal difference of -3. So if we win today, we are obviously going to be having 15 points, and we might move up to the 8th position. That is it for the club of Manchester United. So all in all, I want to let you know that it's obviously good to see to it that we are really playing this beautiful game of football today, and we need to win. We need to win to close down the gap, because the team topping the table is having 21 points. If we win today, we'll be at 15 points and we'll be just 6 points behind the leaders of the table. That is the most important bit of it all, if at all you know what the chess of this game is all about. And our other game is against Man City. If at all we beat them at Old Trafford, that means we'll be 3 points behind Man City. And you know everyone is predicting Man City to be the winners of the league. So if at all you are 3 points behind Man City, the team that everyone is really predicting to win the league at the 10th match of the season, then that shows you that you can easily really grab your chance back and really get back to where you deserve to be. So I'm having Josiga Amidu. Good evening, brother. Man United need to win. Obviously, we need to win. David Zimola, win only. Obviously, it's a win only that we want. Then Isaac, United will win if they don't put Onana in their squad. Onana is already there, and I know we are going to win. Opara Francis, hello, good evening. Thank you for the update. It will end 2-0 in favor of Manchester United. That's my prediction too, that I went ahead to give on the match preview. 2-0, that is it. Kato Hussein, United win, but it will not be easy. All right. Gustavo Nascimento, because this coach knows what he's doing, trust me. Yeah, he knows what he's doing, and what's really limiting him is the injuries that's obviously getting. Promise Leby, good evening, bro. Good evening. Hope you're really having a fantastic stay where you are, and let's go a little bit into the team of Sheffield.